I'm going to help you find more time for yourself. So stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are finding time for you to do what you want to do, to have a little bit of rest time, a little bit of fun time, whatever you want to do, whatever you're not finding the time to do, we're gonna find that time today. So let's get going. So I have 10 tips for you today, and oftentimes when we're being productive, we're doing all those things that we should do and we have to do. What we want to do gets pushed to the back burner. It's the last thing on our to-do list. So here are 10 tips for you to get those shoulds and those have-tos out of the way so that you can have time for yourself. The first thing is when you're working, when you need to focus, reduce distractions. That means putting your phone in another room, putting it on airplane mode, turn it over so the notifications aren't flashing up at you. I can't really turn my phone off in case the school calls, for example. So what I will do is I will turn the ringer on and I'll put it in another room. So if it does ring, I can go answer it, but it's not going to be distracting me the whole time. Also, when you're on your phone, sometimes we tend to scroll and scroll and scroll and time just gets away from us. What you can do is put a timer on. I'm just gonna scroll Instagram for 15 minutes and then I'm gonna get back to work. And then when your timer goes off, you go back to work. Well, ideally. Number 2 is to delegate. Can someone else do this? Does it have to be you that does it? Can someone at least help you do it? The more you can pass on to someone else, the less you have to do. Ideally, you want to do the work that you're best at and sort of pass on all the other tasks to someone else. So if you can find a way to delegate those tasks that you don't like to do or you're not that good off, then go for it. Number 3 is to eliminate. Sometimes some of those things on your to-do list just don't need to get done. So if you can actually eliminate it, just cross it off and forget about it. That'll free up some time that you can use in other ways. Number 4 is to declutter. It's a lot easier to do things when you have a clear space. If things aren't in your way, if there's not a lot of papers on your desk when you're trying to get something done, then it just makes things a lot easier. If your desk is a mess and you have to move things continuously to be able to use your desk, then all those little moves take up time and mental energy, and plus the clutter around us also takes up mental energy. Plus, if you have a clear space, you're not going to spend time searching for things. There's not as many places for things like your keys to hide if your space is decluttered. Number 5, if you have a big task that you need to do or a task that you don't want to do, set yourself a challenge. Can I do this in 15 minutes? Can I do this in 2 hours if it's a big task? Parkinson's law says we will take up the amount of time given to do whatever needs to be done. So if you have 2 hours to complete a task, you're going to pretty much take those 2 hours. If you see that it's going quickly, then you're gonna like, oh, I can take a break and take coffee, whatever. And you're just gonna fill that space with other things. But if someone says, can you do this in 90 minutes? Sure, I'll do it in 90 minutes, and you just work at it and you get it done in 90 minutes. So if you're given extra time, you're going to spread out the task to fill that time. So challenge yourself to do it in a smaller amount of time, and then you'll have all that extra time to do other things. If you find it hard to be accountable to yourself, then tell someone else, okay, I'm going to do this in 90 minutes. Can you check on me in 90 minutes and see if I'm done? That external accountability can be a big help. Number 6 is to batch tasks. If you have a bunch of errands to do, even if they're not that close, you're going to save yourself a lot of time by doing those errands together. Once you're out, you're out. You don't have to do the back and forth, back and forth. So for example, if it takes you 5 minutes to get to a certain part of your town where all the shops are, you're only going to have to do that once and then go from store to store and do all your errands instead of doing 5 minutes back and forth maybe 6 different times during the week. Also, when you batch, your mind stays in that one zone of focus. So if you're running errands, your mind's on errands, maybe you can pop in an audiobook and you're good to go. Or if you're doing a task where you need to concentrate, then you can do similar tasks like that to keep yourself in that focused mindset so you're not switching back and forth. Because when you switch back and forth from, say, a focused mindset to just running errands, then that takes mental energy switching back and forth. But if you stay in a focused mindset, your mind can work a lot faster and harder for you if you do it all at once. Number 7 is to track your time. Do this for one day, but even better, do it for a whole week. Every half hour, every hour or so, check in and write down what you've been doing since the last time you checked in. This is so eye-opening. You will be surprised at how you spend your time. Even just having to write it down will make you spend your time more wisely. naturally, but then also knowing where all that time goes will make you more aware of it going forward, so you'll be a little bit more stingy with your time and use it more wisely on things that you actually really want to do. So grab an old planner with blank pages with a lot of space for each day, or just a notebook, and write down everything you're doing for a week, and then analyze it really closely to see where you are spending time where you don't want to be spending time. Number 8 is to simplify. Does this task have to be as complicated as you're making it out to be? Sometimes I'm very guilty of this, of making things more complicated. Like I said in number 5, if we have more time, maybe we're going to make it a little bit more complicated to fill out that space. So can you simplify the tasks so that it's easier to do, you get it done quicker, and then you have more time for yourself? Simplify and just make things easier for yourself. If you are enjoying this video so far, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. All right, back to tip number 9. Schedule it in. If you want to do something a little more fun, if you find that you don't have enough time to do things you want to do, then schedule it in your planner. Have the time in your week to do the things you want to do, and then arrange all the other shoulds and have tos around that time, but keep it sacred. You want to make sure that you have this time for yourself and stick to it. I think that's the hardest part. I can schedule in all the fun stuff I want, but I have a hard time keeping dates with myself or being accountable to myself. So if you're the same way, again, grab a buddy. Every day at 3:15, I'm going to take a half-hour walk in the woods. Can you send me a text every day to make sure that I'm doing it, or something like that, just to keep yourself accountable? Or maybe you could buddy up and walk together. Whatever you want to do, maybe it's read a book, or maybe just have a cup of tea with no interruptions. Put it in your schedule and stick to it. And last but definitely not least, number 10 is to schedule your day according to your energy and your mindset. Some of us are night owls, some of us are morning people, some of us just middle of the day. Whichever you are, schedule your day so that you are doing the most important tasks, the hardest tasks, the ones that need the most focus, when you're at your most energetic and when you have the capacity to focus. If you get sluggish after lunch, that's not when you want to concentrate. A lot of people have more concentration early in the morning, so maybe that's you too, and you can schedule those things in at that time. Also be aware of this for those things that you want to do for you. For example, if you are a morning person, but you're leaving all your fun stuff to the end of the day, then you're probably going to be tired and you're not going to want to do it, and you're just going to want to go to bed and fall asleep. So maybe schedule those fun things in early in the morning or some other time when you can actually enjoy it. Before we get to the rest of the video, I want to talk to you about something really exciting. I am creating an advent calendar. It is a mix of self-care and stationery and other fun little surprises, but it's geared to help you take time for yourself and actually enjoy the Christmas season. All of December can be so stressful and busy for women, especially moms, and we just get run ragged and we end up not even enjoying December or Christmas or anything because we're just tired and stressed out. So this advent calendar, along with the videos I have coming up throughout the autumn to help you plan Christmas starting in September, and the advent calendar together will help you have a more peaceful, calm Christmas season and actually enjoy it. So the reason I'm telling you about this advent calendar today is because I'm doing a pre-order. That way I can order enough calendars and put them together so that everyone that wants one can get one. If you pre-order an advent calendar, you are guaranteed to get one, plus you will get $5 off. Careful, the cart is actually in Canadian dollars, but it's $45 American plus shipping, and it will be sent to you in November. So the link is in the description below. Pop over and pre-order yours today. What am I doing? Is it open? Hi! If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I'm here every Sunday with tips to help you stay organized, be productive, pretty up that planner of yours. You can subscribe here by clicking on my little face. Here are 2 more videos that I think you will like. If you made it this far, leave me a clock emoji in the comments below. Have a fantastic day and happy planning.